Welcome to my channel, guys. If this is your first time here, please make sure you subscribe, and if not, hi. So today I have a very quick message to share with you guys. Lately I've really been stressing about so much. Like, I've just found myself really overwhelmed, really anxious, like just worrying about so much. And the things that I'm currently stressing about are things that I don't even have any control over. Like, there's no way I can fix the situation, there's no way I can change anything. I've just been really stressing. I've felt like this for the past, like, I think 2 months now. I'm not really someone that likes to plan too much in terms of like my life, my future. Most of the time we make plans and they just go down the drain, you know what I mean? So I've always been someone that has been fairly flexible, if that makes sense. So I make plans, but then I'm also like, well, who knows what's actually going to happen. I don't know why all of a sudden I've just been really stressed and really anxious and just worrying about my future, about my life, about what I'm supposed to do next. Like, there's just so much uncertainty and I would like to have some answers. Okay, I would like to know what is going to happen, because I know I said I'm quite flexible when it comes to making plans, but there's also a side of me that's a bit controlling. Okay, I like to be in control of things. I like to know how things would pan out. I like to know what I need to do next and that kind of stuff. Like, I just, yeah. So these are some things that the Holy Spirit has been saying to me in the past few weeks now. First thing is that I don't have any reason to worry, which is like, so why am I worried then? You know, like, how can you tell me I'm currently stressed and you're telling me I don't have anything to worry about? But I do. Like, I need solutions. I need answers to these problems. I need to know how to deal with these struggles. Like, what do you mean I have nothing to worry about? That was a moment of realization that I actually maybe do not trust God as much as I say I do. That I'm out here worrying about all these things and stressing about so much, and these are all things that God has actually sorted out. So the main issue was, now, do you trust in that? Do you trust that God has actually got this figured out? Do you trust that He knows everything? He sees everything. He sees the end from the beginning. He sees you right now in the middle. He sees how, you know, the steps that you need to take to get to where He wants you to get to. Like, He sees everything that you don't see. Do you trust that? And it was kind of like, whoa. You know, like, it was just a moment of realization that perhaps I don't really trust God as much as I say I do. Because when you actually start to think about these kind of things, you ask yourself, why am I actually worried? I have a Father that knows exactly what's going to happen. He has plans for me. He knows where He's taking me to. And here I am worrying about how I'm going to get there. When I'm in a storm, I cannot see anything. My vision is blurry. I can't see the way forward. I can't see the way out. I just don't know what steps I'm supposed to take. I don't know where I'm supposed to go. Like, I cannot see how I'm supposed to get out of this situation. So naturally, I panic. I worry and I get anxious and I get stressed because I need to know how I'm supposed to get out of this situation. And what tends to happen is I get overwhelmed by my emotions and start to focus on the storm itself rather than the person that can actually control the storm, God. When I'm in that kind of position, when I'm facing any storm, bear in mind, whenever I say storm, I'm just using that as an analogy to mean any struggles, any difficulty, any challenges that you're facing in any given moment, right? Whenever I'm facing a storm, I tend to forget that I have a Father that sees beyond what I can see. And what's more than that, He can actually control the storm as well. But my ability to trust Him comes in the way of that. Your inability to trust is what drives you to worry. If you had trust in God, you'd be able to maintain your peace even in the midst of the storm. Your peace doesn't come after he fixes the situation. It doesn't come when the storm ends. Your peace comes from what you trust in. So even in the storm, you're able to maintain that peace because of what it is attached to. And the thing is, you can only trust something that you know, okay? So you're at peace because you trust, and you trust because you know. So taking it back to the beginning, the simple question that I had to answer myself was, Elfreda, what do you know about God? Do you know him to be Jireh? Meaning that when you find yourself in the storm of not having enough, you're able to maintain your peace because you know that he will provide even before he does it, even before he provides for you, even before he pulls you out of that situation. You're still at peace because of what you know. Do you know him to be Shammah? Meaning that when you find yourself in that position where you are desperate for help, you know that there is somebody that you can always run to. You know that there is somebody that will always be there to give you that help when you need it. Do you know him to be Rapha? So that the next time you find yourself in a storm of being ill, you can be at peace because of who your trust is in. What do you know about God? Because this will determine whether or not you can actually trust him. It's very possible that you've heard many stories about God. You've read the Bible, you've seen his history, you've seen what he can do, you've seen what he's done in other people's lives. But when I say what do you know about God, I mean think of your own specific way that God has shown up for you in the past. The reason I love the fact that God has so many different names that we can call him is because it gives us that avenue to personalize his power in our lives. It means that we can think of the different ways that he has shown up for us, right? For me, I can think back to the time where I was complaining to God literally about not having enough, about how I needed money, about how I needed this and I needed that, and the very next day he provided for me, true story. And so the next time I find myself in a storm of not having enough, I can be confident in the fact that Jireh will provide for me. I can use this example with all his other names. And the beautiful thing is, if we all spend some time to actually just sit back and think, we would be able to identify different times that God has shown up for us in different ways, okay? We would all realize that we actually know him. Circling it right back to the things that I'd been worrying about, I just had to ask myself, fam, you're out here worrying when you have a father that literally has everything in his palms. He literally has everything under the sun in his palms. He controls everything. He has everything figured out. He has told you that he has good plans for you. Why are you worrying about how those plans will come to be? We're human beings and naturally we're going to worry about so many things, but when you just sit down and start thinking about these things, you're like, this actually doesn't make any sense. Why am I stressed again? Because the person that told me he had the plans, I'm not the one that made the plans for myself. I didn't make any plans for myself. He made the plans. So why would I now be worried about how his plans will come to life? God has never lied. Guys, I don't think you guys understand. God has never lied. Whatever God has said to you will actually happen because he does not have a track record of lying. Okay, the issue that we all struggle with is just trusting him, because when life is not going the way we want it to go, we panic, we stress out, we worry, we get anxious, and it's like, God, are you sleeping? To sum all of this up is, I want to say don't worry, but I cannot even say it myself because myself, I worry. Because me saying it, I don't know, do I believe that? Do I actually, I don't feel right saying it because I know myself and I know I'm going to worry again. I might wake up tomorrow morning and just have something new to stress about. it's a struggle, but there will always be that voice in my head telling me not to worry. And so I'm going to tell you guys, whenever you find yourself in a position where you don't know what's going to happen, you're stressing about an outcome, you're stressing about a struggle that you're currently facing, please remember who God is. Remember who God is. Don't forget who he is. He has never ever failed in any of his capacities, as a healer, as a provider, as a deliverer, as a banner. He has never failed in any capacity, and he will not fail now. He won't start failing with you. Okay, so try and remind yourself who God is. I think that is the foundation of your trust. When you remember who he is, you're able to rebuild your trust in him, and that will then help you through the storm that you are facing. So always remember who God is. It's going to be hard because life sucks, man. But life is also beautiful. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Make sure you like, comment and subscribe. Somebody told me that I always forget to say that, and that's actually true. Please make sure you like, comment and subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video.